welcome to another video. In today's lesson we are going to make this Crochet Granny Stitch Cowl. It's an easy project and I have used about 1.5 balls of yarn. This is such a pretty yarn. Look at these gorgeous colours. Love it. So let's get started on the lesson. For our supplies we are going to need a yarn needle with a large eye. I will put a link for these in the description box below. A pair of scissors, some yarn, and a crochet hook to go with your yarn. This yarn is a 8 ply, a number 3 weight yarn, or a DK yarn, and it recommends a 4 to a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. That's a US size 6 or 7. But I want to use a crochet hook that is larger than what's recommended to give me a lovely drape. So I'm using a size I, and that is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. So I've gone up two sizes, 4.5, 5. Yes, 2 sizes up from what is recommended from the yarn. I'm using my Clover hooks for today. I will also have a link for those in the description box. So today we are going to be using ice yarn. This is a rainbow. It's lovely and bright. It's 100% acrylic and it's called Magic Light. There will also be a link for this yarn in the description box. Go and check that out. We are also going to need a tape measure. To start off our project, we are going to make a slip knot. And put that onto our crochet hook. You can do that any way you like. And for this project you will need to know how to do a single crochet, and if you know how to do a single crochet foundation stitch, that's going to come in really handy as well, because I'm going to be using that for our first row. If you don't want to use the single crochet foundation row, you can just use a chain and then crochet around to make your very first row look the same. So to start off we are going to chain 2, and if you need more help on this stitch technique, then you can check out the video that is linked on the screen just here. We are going to go into that. Have I done 2 chains? I think that's only 1. Pay attention, pay attention. 1 and 2. And into the very first chain we are going to work our foundation single crochet. So we yarn over, pull through a loop, then we yarn over and we make our chain. So that's our chain just here. And then we yarn over and pull through both loops. We go into our chain, going through both loops, yarn over, pull through. We want to work our chain first, so you work your chain, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. We're going to go back into the chain. I'll give you some tips now. So go into your chain. I'm holding this loop with my index finger, just holding that on there. It's just probably the way I crochet. And then we're going to make our first chain. So make your chain, and what I do is I move my finger up, my finger and my thumb, and I pinch the chain that we just made, so I know that when I come back that's where I need to crochet into. So yarn over and pull through both loops. So the chain that's under my thumb there, that's where I know, oops, that's where I know I need to crochet into. Come on. Why are you being so stubborn? There we go. So yarn over, pull through. We need to work our chain first. So yarn over, pull through. I pinch the chain, and then yarn over, pull through 2. So continue doing this until we have the amount of stitches that we need. We do need a multiple of 4 for this project. And what that means is we're going to look at our stitches, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. So I've got a multiple of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then obviously it's not long enough for a cowl, so you'd keep going and go 1, 2, 3, 4 and keep going until the amount of stitches you have is divisible by 4. So it is important that this loop that's here, don't make it too loose. Like that one's a little loose, you can see, compared to the other ones, but it's alright. Get away with it. The trick is I'll show you when you get to it, so do your chain. Don't pull this up like that. Don't pull your hook up to make this loop longer. I find that's what I do as I crochet. I must be a lifter. I've heard about people being lifters when they crochet. I don't know what the other term is, but 2 loops, pull through, work your chain, complete your single crochet. So what have I got now? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 2 multiples of 4 so far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to continue on. I'll just pop that down for a little moment. I have finished my foundation single crochets. You can see I have quite a lot, and I'm going to measure this. I'm just folded it in half so it's easier, and that is approximately 15 inches. If I double that over, 15 inches, so it's 30 inches or about 76 centimeters long. You can make yours any size you like. You can just adjust it to fit you, but just make sure if you make it smaller that it actually goes around your head, because otherwise you will not get it on. We are now going to join our foundation row into a continuous circle, so just make sure that it's all the same way. So if you just pull it through your fingers, making sure it's the same way, so don't make sure it doesn't twist, then you are good to go. Then we are going to be joining into the very first stitch. Make sure you go under 2 loops. Oops, where's the yarn gone? Here we go. And then we're going to pull through with a slip stitch. And you can join this part later on. We're just going to stitch that closed. So now what we want to do is work a chain 1, and we're going to single crochet into the same stitch, and we're going to work 3 single crochets all together. We're going to chain 1. We are going to skip over 3 stitches, and in the next one we are going to work 3 half double crochets. So you're going to wrap your yarn. And the reason that we did single crochets in that very first one is that when we come back around, it's a smoother transition. Just believe me, we'll get to there eventually. So into the same stitch we want to have 3 half double crochet. So we've got 2. Well, did I just do a double crochet? I think I did. One, 2, 3, 4. Into that 4th stitch we are going to work 3 half double crochets. Why do I keep doing a double crochet? I have no idea. There we go. So into that same stitch that we just worked into, we need to work 2 more half double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Into the 4th stitch we are going to work 3 half double crochets. So it's basically like a granny stitch, except we're using a half double crochet stitch instead. You could use a single crochet if you really wanted to. It wouldn't make much of a difference. You could use a double crochet, I think, but I would suggest going single crochets there, half double crochets there, and then do that 3rd one as your double crochets. Going to chain 1, so we're going to have a chain 1 in between our groups of 3. So we're going to skip over 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. In that 4th one we're going to work 3 half double crochets. And we're going to repeat this all the way around until we get back to the beginning just here. So pause the video and I'll see you when we are just back to the beginning. I am coming back around to the beginning of my round, but we're not going to join. We're not going to have any joins in this. It's awesome. So now we're going to work 3 half double crochets into the top of the very first stitch. So yarning over, going into that first single crochet there. And we're going to work our half double crochet. And again, into that stitch we want to put 2 more half double crochets. And you can see there it is 3 stitches into the one. So we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to continue on to this next space here, chain 1 space. So again, we're going to do 3 half double crochets in a chain 1 space. Chain 1, and we're just going to keep crocheting around. Oops, I keep going to do a double crochet. I'm not sure why. I have not double crocheted for a while. Got 3 in there, and then chain 1, and you can see here that there's no join. I mean, you need to ignore this bit because that will be joined just there. So let's pretend that's joined. So you can see here there's no join, and you will have this sort of little strange part there, but once you're wearing this item you won't even know. Like a non-crocheter would not notice the difference. They wouldn't notice the difference whatsoever. I know it's the case if I know it's there, but honestly when you're wearing it, because it's a cowl and it kind of all scrunches up, you're not going to see it at all. So let's continue on, and basically from here on out you just repeat 3 half double crochets, chain 1 into the next chain 1 space, and you'll find that you sort of won't get to an end and have to join because there is no joining on these rows apart from this one here. There's no joining. So continue on and make it the length that you would like, and I'll see you when we are ready for the next step. This is how far I have got on my cowl, and it is approximately 16 inches wide. And look at these beautiful colours, and approximately 18 inches in length. That's how big I want to make mine because this is for me, and yeah, I just keep trying it on till I like it. I want to make this slightly longer, and what I'm going to do is, this is the top of my work, you can see my yarn still attached, and I'm going to make it a little bit narrower at the top. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Are you having fun with your project? I'm loving how these colours are turning out. Just while I'm thinking of it, this is my second ball of yarn. I was going to make it 1, but I just didn't like how short it was. I like my cows to be lovely and full, so this is definitely a 2 ball project. This is a this is 100 grams, and how many meters? Did I say how many meters it was? I forget. It was a few days ago that oh yeah, there we go. A few days ago I started this tutorial. So it's 360 meters. I'm not sure how many yards that is, but so you need about, I'm going to say 500 meters to make this cowl. That's pretty much what I'm going to be using. So what we want to do is find the bottom of our cowl and where we joined, and then let's flatten this out. So where we joined here, and then we just want to draw a straight line, imaginary line, and then we're going to crochet. So this is where mine lines up from the bottom, and we're going to crochet to there. So I'm going to put a stitch marker in there, and that'll just remind me. And that's when we start doing the decreasing. It's super easy, but I'll just show you what we need to do. So I just need to crochet around to mine's joined here. I just need to crochet until I'm at that stitch marker. I finished this very late last night, and I did not pay attention to where I was supposed to be finishing, so I'm just going to crochet across until I'm at this stitch marker. Pause the video and I'll see you there. I'm up to my stitch marker that lines up with the bottom of where we started, and all we're going to do now, just to make it decrease a little bit, this is going to be the bit that goes around your face, or around the top of your neck. Top of your neck? Yeah, that'll do. Closest to your chin. What we're going to do is just keep crocheting around like we have been, but we're just not going to do the chain 1. So into this next space, we're going to do our 3 half double crochets, and then we're just going to go across to the next space. We're not going to do our chain 1. So it's just as easy as that. Hands up if you like easy projects that look amazing. So 3 in there, no chain, and then 3 in the next one. And you're going to work your way around. I'm probably just going to do 3 rounds, I would say, of that. Just enough to just bring it in a little bit, so that when it's around my neck, it's not gaping open. It's big enough to cover my chest when I'm wearing it, but I don't want it open around as much around my neck. So pause the video and I'll meet you when you've done as many rounds as you would like. Like I said, I'm going to do about 3. Pause the video and I'll see you there. Once we have our 3 rows done, the purple, blue and orange there, what we're going to do is we're just going to change to a single crochet. We're going to go into the top of the double crochets and we're just going to work a single crochet, and this will neaten off the edge like we've got on the bottom of our project. So just work 1 round of single crochet and I'll meet you when we are ready to finish off. When we come back around, I placed a stitch marker there just so I didn't forget. We're ready to finish off, so we are going to go into that stitch and work a slip stitch, and that will just finish this work off. And we're going to find our scissors, cut off about 2 to 3 inches. You could obviously work as many single crochet rounds as you like, but I'm just going to do the 1 because that's what we did at the beginning. So now we are just going to sew in our ends. This is the bottom row where we very first started. Yours may look slightly different to that, because you know what I did? I crocheted my thing, and when I said do not twist your work, mine was actually twisted. So that's why mine looks a little weird. I had to do some fudging because I didn't want to start the whole project again. Like, honestly, who likes doing that? So I fudged it. You will not notice. It's for me. I don't care. So we're just going to thread our needle, and then I'm going to make this, try and make this look like what yours does. It's twisted down here. It probably looks a bit different. But you're going to go to the first stitch here. So you'll have your crochets coming out, and then there'll be a stitch. Just put your yarn through and then pull it across like that. If it doesn't look right, then choose another stitch. But I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to go into here. You're basically just going to stitch it together. So placing your needle just through the stitches, we're just going to do a whip stitch. And then we're just going to tie it off. So I'm just going to go through and then just loop that over the crochet hook. That's not a crochet hook. It's a yarn needle. And then that makes the yarn pull through the loop. And my phone is not on silent. The struggle is real. Let me just turn this around. Camera's in focus. And then we're just going to hide our ends. I wonder who's messaging me. Hopefully it's about something exciting. So we're just going to hide our ends like that. And then just pull that through and snip off our yarn. If you've got any other, where's my scissors gone? If you've got any other yarn tails that need sewing in, then just go ahead and do that. I had 1 or 2, sorry, where I joined my second ball of yarn. But yeah, I was happy that there's hardly any ends of sewing with this project. That's a really nice join there. Love it, love it, love it. What colour have you made yours? I would love to know. Put it in the comments box so I can have a look. Oh my gosh, this is, oops, yarn needle. This is so squishy. So squishy. Oh, cannot wait to wear it. It is, what is it now? It is, it's October here in Australia, and so we are just in spring. Let me get my phone and put it on silent. We are in spring, so we are starting to warm up here where I am, so I probably won't be wearing this anytime soon, except today. It is quite chilly, so maybe I should just wear it today. What's the weather like where you are? Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a subscriber, and give it a thumbs up. It really helps my videos here on YouTube. And thanks for watching. Till next time, happy crochet. Bye.